What's going on, guys? Trey back again. I'm going to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another death battle matchup. Instead of doing some comic book characters this time, we're going to do two of the most famous artificial intelligence type characters. In this video, we're going to be doing a death battle matchup between the Arnold Schwarzenegger T-800 Terminator and Peter Weller Robocop. Okay, so this is a viewer requested topic. I want to thank the person who submitted it as a viewer request to me. I apologize for not writing down your name. I do think it is a good comparison matchup here, talking about two classic, iconic, robotic characters from your late 80s or midway to late 80s, early 90s movies. I mean, both were insanely popular, with Terminator 2, Judgment Day, even till this day, being probably one of the best action movies ever made. And of course, next year we're going to be seeing a new Robocop movie in 2014. So since we're going to be, thought I would go ahead and do this video, do a death battle matchup between these two, and give my opinions on which is more badass and which I would think would actually win between Robocop and the T-800 Terminator. Now, I didn't want to go with like your T-1000 or anything like that, or any of the other iterations or versions, anything from Salvation or anything like that, because the iconic Terminator is your Arnold Schwarzenegger T-800. What look or what weapons? I would think probably your Terminator 2 Judgment Day, where they are at, where he's in the battle with, against all the police officers there, and he's got his big machine gun, he's got his shotgun, these different types of weapons, and of course him himself, a huge, hulking, robotic machine. That being said, the Terminator, of course, does not contain any actual human body parts. It is 100%, aside from the prosthetic, skin, I guess you could call it. It doesn't experience pain. It doesn't have any kind of humanistic elements to it, aside from an AI, right? But it doesn't. It's not mixed. Whereas with Robocop, you get the feel like, even though Robocop, the majority of him, and they're going to go back on this next year, they're going to reevaluate this and have that be part of the movie. Even though most of him is machine, there is still a part of him that is human. And I think that, like the brain, everything like that, or at least part of the brain, part of the body, at least with the new version for 2014. And the old version too, I kind of get the feeling that, at least I want to say 20% of him is still flesh. I think at least 20% is still flesh, or maybe 10%. That could be argued, but somewhere around there, whereas the Terminator is 100% machine. Now, in terms of their weapons, we'll go ahead and give Arnold as a Terminator his shotgun, and forget the machine gun, because Robocop would just have his 9mm, let's see, what do they call it again? I have it right here. Auto 9, which was his 9mm 3-round burst gun that he would use all the time, which I think is the same as the 2014 version. I think he's going to have something similar to that. That being said, in terms of both of these characters, I would have to say that the shotgun and the 9mm really are not going to be that effective against each other. So before too long, this would probably turn into a straight up, just fist fight, picking up things, smashing each other with stuff, that type of thing, lifting cars up and slamming them on each other, whatever the case may be. In terms of strength, I think actually I may have to put the Terminator as having a little bit more strength than Robocop, just realistically here. Robocop would probably be your good guy, and then Terminator, of course, in this scenario, would be the the evil character, I guess you could say, causing the battle. That being said, the Terminator would probably have a little bit of advantage in terms of strength over Robocop. The Terminator would also, because he's 100% machine, robotic, would probably have a little bit of an advantage in terms of durability, and he's bigger too, generally than Robocop would be. In terms of skill and technique, I may have to go with Robocop having a little bit more skill and a little bit more technique, but I don't really see how Robocop would be able to hurt a T-800 Terminator. I think it would be, his gun wouldn't do anything. It would be totally useless. He may be more creative because he's got that human side of him than the Terminator for using things around him in his environment. And he may be able to use that to outsmart him to a degree, but I tend to think that once the T-800 was to actually get his hands on Robocop 100% and start beating him down, the durability would really come into play, where that 20% human that's still left, would get smashed up pretty fast, I would think. Whereas the vice versa, that probably wouldn't happen to a Terminator. Terminator, to me, seems like it's more able to handle more punishment than Robocop would, I think. So just based on that, even though I think Robocop is a little bit more technical in terms of his ability to fight, shoot, everything of the sort, I still think I have to go with the Terminator in this one and say that the bad guy would win, because just the ability to take punishment and Robocop's portion of him that's still human would probably be his downfall against the Terminator, I would think, once he got a hold of him, once it came to blows and close. And I think the Terminator could also outpower him, because it's Arnold, for Christ's sakes. He would have to. So anyway, in terms of this death battle matchup, I think the Terminator would win. Sorry to all you Robocop fans, but I'm just saying, I think the Terminator would take down Robocop. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about this one. Let me know what you guys think about the death battle matchup. Are you excited for the Robocop movie next year? I don't think we're going to be seeing a Terminator movie anytime soon. Maybe in the next few years, but I haven't heard of anything within the next year or two, at least. So maybe a few years till we get another Terminator movie. But regardless, Trev says Robocop would lose, unfortunately, to the Terminator. Arnold rules supreme. Anyway, I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.